Boker Tov, everyone. So good to be with you for this final day of counting the Omer. We have been together journeying our way through for 7 weeks each morning at 8:30. And I am so grateful for every single one of you who have been joining in on this journey. Let us begin, as we do so often, with the words of Modeh Mordani, thanking God for the blessing that is today. Before you, living and enduring sovereign, for you have mercifully restored my soul within me. Great is your faithfulness. Here we are at the end of our 7th and final week. This has been quite a journey. We began during Passover as we tried to wake up to the realities in our world, to acknowledge all that had changed. We set out on this journey of self-exploration and of reflection, and recalled the times that we have entered the wilderness with COVID, the wilderness of so many situations that perhaps take us without us being able to predict them, take us unaware. We sat in the unknown and struggled to find our way, to vision the future. And now finally we arrive, knowing that in just a few hours, our confirmands will lead us in a beautiful service, confirming our faith, confirming our connection to Torah, to people Israel, as they confirm their own. So let us say this final blessing together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sefirat haomer. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who sanctifies us with mitzvot and commands us concerning the counting of the Omer. Hayom tisha v'arba'im yom shehem shiv'at shavuot la'omer. Today is 49 days, which is 7 weeks of the Omer. And before we go into the teaching for today, I want to thank you all so much for being here. Everyone who's been here throughout this Omer process, this would not have been what it has been if not for every single one of you. So grateful to start the journey, to complete the journey with all of you. So Jay and Andrea, Diane and Sarah and Riva, Michelle and Susan, it's so lovely to be here with you this morning and to have been here with you throughout the Omer. Barbara and Don, Sunny and Elliot and Carrie, Boker Tov, so good to be with all of you. Gail and Jody, Pat and Bonnie, Rabbi Catherine and Pam, so lovely to be here with you this morning and every morning. And so let us go to our final teaching. Today, it's a shorter one. And it's one of my favorites, actually. It's by Sfat HaEmet. And he teaches every person has his or her own piece of Torah. The complete Torah was given to the Jewish people as a whole. However, each person has a personal teaching, his or her own Torah inside them. This is hidden within the soul. There is a piece of Torah that can be learned from every person. And I think we know that through our experiences, just getting to know one another through the pandemic and, of course, outside of it. There is such power in the holiday of Shavuot, in this receiving of the Torah that we will do this evening, because the teachings say that every single person who has been or will be, every person who is Jewish, who will one day become Jewish, and who connects themselves in some way with Am Yisrael, with people Israel, as part of Am Yisrael, every single one is there at Mount Sinai receiving the Torah. And what does that mean? Well, since every single person receives the Torah and receives the Torah in their unique way, it means that the only way to truly take in all of Revelation is to get to know one another's Torahs. So right now we are ending this Omer period, but as we end this Omer period, we are beginning to think about another time where we will be able to come together each morning and offer one another's Torahs. And that's going to be the holiday of Elul, when we move into the High Holy Day season. There, just like last year, I'm going to be inviting people to share a little piece of their Torah based on a theme. And if there is something that you would like to share, please let me know so that we can start thinking that through. But right now, I just hope that we can all take in the beauty of today, of this evening, when our teens, each of them unique and each of them brilliant in their own ways, can bring a piece of their Torah, and we perhaps can reflect on theirs, but reflect on ours as well. So today's question, our final question, is: in what ways does Sfat Emet text inspire you as you continue on your journey? What is your Torah? And as you think about that, then I love this. This is so sweet. I'm looking at the chat over here, and there's beautiful reflections on this Omer process. And I think that's great. If you have reflections, please add them in. And I see that there's also some comments about where we are on our journey. And you know what? This journey that we've done through the Omer, it's been linear because we're going through to prepare ourselves for Mount Sinai. But the truth is that there isn't an ending, and that it's not linear. It's that it's circular, especially when we're dealing with things like grief, especially when we're dealing with things like trauma that many of us have gone through this past year. It's okay to sometimes be at week 1, to sometimes be at week 3, to sometimes be at week 5, and to sometimes go all the way back to week 2. It's okay. It's natural, in fact. But the hope is that when we put all of these reflections together, that they can help move us forward, that they can help give us support, that they can help us find some centering when life is unpredictable and sometimes truly unfair. So wherever you are in this journey at this moment, know that that's exactly where you need to be, and that that's okay. Today, as we conclude these last days of the last day of the Omer over here, we are about to move into the Mishabarach blessing. And I know that all of us are in need of some kind of healing. Our world certainly is. The land of Israel, as we know, is in need of so much healing, as the conflict seems to not be getting any better, but actually seems to be ramping up a bit. And we just pray that peace will come soon. We just pray that the majority of people who live in the Middle East, who want nothing more than peace, will be able to have their way soon. Because what we need is more respect for one another. What we need is safety. And so let us offer this Misha Barach prayer. Whoops. Let me close this. Okay, there we go. Let us offer this Misha Barach prayer. Today, we're going to sing Lisa Levine's version of the Misha Barach. And I invite you to join with me. Misha Barach Avotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov. Misha Barach Imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, v'Rachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your hope. May our hearts be filled with understanding and strengthened by the power of your love. Bless us with the vision for tomorrow. Help us to reach out to those in pain. May the warmth of friendship ease our sorrow. Give us courage, give us faith, show us the way. Misha Barach Avotenu, Misha Barach Imotenu. Hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. I hope everyone has a day filled with healing. I look forward to seeing you all later today. For everyone in Torah school, we have our special ceremony that'll be going on later today for our last formal day of Torah school before next week's Mechabiah. And we will be here at 4 p.m. streaming straight from the sanctuary, our Shavuot service, followed by an all-night study-a-thon for anyone who wants to take part. You don't have to take part all night. You can go in right after confirmation and be there for a couple hours, or you can choose to keep on going until 7 a.m. The choice is totally yours, but we hope that you can enjoy these wonderful opportunities. And I hope everyone has a Chag Sameach. I look forward to seeing you soon.